Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Tarot Monthly Horoscope for May 2019, and this is for you coming from Virgo. First, let me give you my email address, which is andyhoro9, ANDIHORO 9, the number 9 at gmail.com. andyhoro9 at gmail.com. First card that I pull will be to do for your first 15 days of May, and I'm going to tackle your job area. And this is not a good card at all. It says that in the first 15 days of May, a lot of problems are going to be seen where you work in the area of a job. And so making mistakes would be very fatal, and differences of opinions with your superiors would be very difficult for you to explain. So you've got to get a hold of yourself in the first 15 days. Don't be argumentative, don't be stubborn, don't be oversensitive to things. And it's only 15 days after all. Get yourself to show your superiors how well you can do in your job. Otherwise, bad news is going to be seen. And even if you try applying for new jobs in the first 15 days, you're not going to get very good response. Now I'm going to talk to you about business. And this card is also for the first 15 days of business. It says that you're overexposed in business. That's the news. So when you're overexposed, your finances are going to be very fragile. And the breaking point with this card in the first 15 days is don't let your ego make you not reach out. Reach out for help. And even if you have to get new help in the form of new business partners, do that. Because your foundation in the first 15 days is very weak where business is concerned. And if you want to just hold on, well, hold on. Don't go into new ventures in the first 15 days. Look after what you already have. That itself is a problem. So don't add on to problems in your first 15 days. Now let me talk to you about romance for your first 15 days. And I'll talk to you about a new romance partner. Well, it's a beautiful card which says that yes, you can find a new romance. But it says that you'll find a new partner who is very egoistic and very demanding, and a person who wants plenty very quickly from you. So is it a materialistic person who wants to enter into your life in the first 15 days? Be very careful of that, because you'll be spending a whole lot of money to get what you want, and the returns may not be what you expect. It may be a very short-lived new romance. So not a very good card when new romance is concerned. So let me pull another card to ask for you about your ongoing romance if you have one. And your ongoing romance, it says, has many problems. You can see all kinds of left, right and center. So it doesn't mean surrender. It means that you've heard it from me and it is you who is listening to me. So find out in your ongoing romance where the issue of problems is flowing in. Tackle it, give rather than take. And you'll be a person who, while giving, you will show your support, because your ongoing romance is going to be very, very troubled, it says here. And if you're not careful, the amount of problems may push it to breaking point. So on new romance, ego, and the ongoing romance, existing problems can overcome you very easily, so watch out. Now what about your marriage and family areas? The first advice is, do not let outsiders, they could be your parents or your siblings, interfere with your marriage. That's the first thing I'm reading here. The second is that, well, you are in the center of this card. You are in the center position. So you are in a position of control. So don't allow this control that you have to upset your marriage partner. Be flexible, be supportive. You've got to have a lot of give and take with this card, and then you'll be able to improve your marriage. If you want to stay in control and dominate, this card says your marriage partner's feelings will dissipate and move away from you. So it's all up to you. Now let's go to your last 16 days of May for you coming from Virgo. And let me first talk to you about your job. And let's see what this card says in the last 15 or 16 days of May. Oh, it's a magnificent card. Look at this card. It's a card of finance and you being able to receive it. So you're going to get some very good news in the last 15 or 16 days of May where your job is concerned, or you may just be able to get the good news. And if you have applied for a job, you may get this good news about getting that job with more status and more money. So whether staying on to an old job, whether looking for a new job, your last 16 days provide plenty of good news for you. Now about business. So let's see what this next card says for you in business. Well, this is not too good a card, but it's a card that says you can make money. Let's start there. But it says that contracts can break down, money situations can suddenly have problems. So I would read this card to say that do not be extravagant in business, meaning do not want to chase for new business contacts because they may be providing problems for you very quickly in the last 16 days. Last 16 days attracting a lot of problems in a new business. And your ongoing business, it says partnerships can break. So while the card says that you can make money, it says partnerships can break. So position yourself even before you get into the last 15 days or so to have a new possibility of a new partner standing by. So this card is a card of give and take. It's not an easy card to manage. It says you're going to find a lot of difficulties if you expose yourself to any risk factor as well. So listen to my words. Don't expose yourself to risk. Play safe, but still you'll be able to make money in the last 15 days or so. Romance. Let's talk about new romance. Now, in the last 15 days, they say you can find a very good romance who will help you in many, many ways. And now, or either the earlier romance you may have found in the first 15 days now mellows down. But I think it will be a new romance you may find in the last 15 days of May that produces many possibilities of finding you support and love. And it also will help you in your job. So it could be at your workplace that you find a romance that helps you in the job as well. What about an ongoing romance that you have? Let's see how that's going to do in the last 15 days. Well, it's a beautiful card. It's a card of support and love, and everything that happens is just the cups are being filled up. So your last 15, 16 days, if you already have had that romance, is going to go beautifully well. So as you listening to me, make it better by being the nicest person that you are. And that way your romance partner is going to be even more loving and more giving to you. That's the way to do it. Now about your marriage. Let's see what this card says. There's some conflict from this card. It's a card that says overexposure. So find out in your marriage where the overexposure is. Is it financial overexposure? Is it that the overexposure is because there's interference in your marriage? Is it the overexposure about just the responsibilities being too much either for you or for your marriage partner? So you are able to improve it very much. No harm with that. No harm with that. But it's going to be a difficult last 15 or 16 days. The possibilities here to find solutions are to be able to talk about things. So communication is very important. So communicate with your marriage partner, find out where the problems are, and you'll be able to be one step ahead of everything. Now for you coming from Virgo, I'm going to talk to you about your lucky ages. And your lucky ages from this card, for you coming from Virgo. Oh, it's a very interesting card. I'm going to go for the numbers, your lucky ages. If you happen to be the ages of 23 or 32 or 41 or 50 or 59 or 68 or 77, you're going to be one very, very lucky person. Yes. Whether in job, whether business, finances, whether in romance, ongoing marriage, whether in anything that you do. So go right ahead. Focus on what you really want. You can't have everything under the sun. And whatever you focus on, you're going to get some very good rewards if you're of these ages. Now, what if you are not of these ages? Well, you'll have to see me for a 90-minute session, which will cost you USD 50 to know your next 7, 8, or 9 years based on your date of birth, time of birth, and looking at your palms. We'll talk a bit more about that later. Let me now talk to you about your lucky dates, DATES. And from this card, I would say that look forward to the 5th, the 14th, and the 23rd. The 5th, the 14th, and 23rd are going to be magnificent days for you, and nights as well. So in any area that you want to promote yourself and to find better luck in whatever you want to do, the 5th, 14th, and 23rd is waiting with a cluster of planners to help you. So bookmark these days and nights and go out and get what you want. Now about your lucky colors for the month of May. So let me see what the colors are. All right, from this card, I would favor the colors white and silver colors. So white and silver colors are what are going to help you a great deal in the month of May. Undergarments, top garments, contact, whether it's pillows, whether it's anything in the office, contact white and silver colors, and you will do everything beautifully well in this month of May. Now about direction energy. Well, there are 9 planets surrounding Earth, so when we look left or right or straight or back, we are facing a planet. So for inspiration and for good luck in the month of May, I would ask you to face west, the sign of the setting sun, face west. And you will be inspired when you face west for any kind of solutions you want or for finding the good luck you are waiting for. So face west in the month of May and there will be inspiration coming for you. Now about this 90-minute session, which will cost you USD 50, I'll give you your personal lottery numbers, your lucky days, your lucky gemstones, your lucky colors, your lucky directions, a lot of information from the universe so that you can get your next 7, 8, or 9 years perfectly under your control. And with all this information, age by age, calendar year by calendar year, in the next 7, 8, or 9 years, whether it's a job, whether the business, whether the romance, the marriage, the family, whether your health areas, I will go into detail. And that will keep you perfectly safe with all this information, at least for your next 7, 8, or 9 years. So send me an email, andyhoro9, ANDIHORO 9, the number 9, @gmail.com, and I will come back to you as soon as I can. Until then, thank you. Have a good month of May. Goodbye.